Hey guys, this is Tom Hanks. Welcome to another stream. Today I'm gonna be reviewing two more cars in automation, and I'm gonna be building something myself. Just gonna I'm just gonna see what kind of car I wanna build. Um, right now I don't really know yet, but we will be reviewing these cars. Since one of them I actually should have reviewed yesterday, but forgot. Which is the CMA Royale LX by, let's see, it was by Watch Dogs. So let's check that out. What did he say about it? Let's see. The design team has come up with a 6-cylinder, 350 horsepower full-size sedan. This car offers modern styling and a luxurious interior. Okay. It's not actually 350 horsepower. It's 314. Like, that's, 10% less than what you sign up for. But, I mean, yeah, it's a little simple in the design, I would say. Looks elegant, yeah, but there could be a lot more details on the rear end. Front end is good. I like that. But the rear end is pretty simple, in my opinion. Let's check out that engine. Oh my. Yeah, that's some turbo lag right there. Yeah. This is an area that needs to be improved on because down low this has like no torque. Like why even bother with a 3-liter turbo if it's gonna have like no low end torque, right? You could do a lot better than this. And also with 0.9 bars of boost, you can get a lot more power out of a 3-liter turbo than 314 horsepower. Yeah, so the engine I'm not convinced of, just to say the least. It's got a 5-speed automatic, an open diff, goes from 0 to 100 in 8.7 seconds, 225mm tires up front, 255s on the rear. Good comfort, good prestige, good safety, good drivability. I mean, the stats are all okay. More than okay, I should say. It's got solid discs all around, with 3 pistons all around as well, which is kind of an interesting choice. I would have just, chosen 1 piston on the rear and made them a little bit bigger. It would be a little bit more standard, I guess, but you can do it this way as well, if you want to. It's got an off-road skid tray for some reason. I like the matte blue paint job, though. I like that. Five seats, sport interior, premium entertainment. This car doesn't really know what it wants, right? Electric variable power steering, ESC, advanced safety, active sport springs, semi-active 10% passive sway bars. This car offers modern styling and a luxurious interior. Well, not really, if we're being honest with you. Like, sport interior is like a... You're gonna have, like, racing buckets in here. That's not necessarily a cheap interior option, of course, but luxurious, you would have, like, thick leather bolstered massaging seats or whatever. Not gonna get that in here. And even still, this car is very heavy. I mean, I guess the engine is... I mean, a 3-liter turbo isn't the most massive of engines. It's not super heavy. Hey, Dr. Love, how's it going? Sorry, I missed your message earlier. How much does this car cost? 33 grand with 0%, 50 grand with plus 50%. I mean, that's not necessarily a crazy expensive price, considering that you do get 314 horsepower, you know, sporty interior, premium infotainment, advanced safety, ESC. This has a lot of features, but I mean, it's the engine that's no worries, I'm doing good. How about you? Yeah, I'm doing good as well. Like I just ordered on Amazon like components for a new PC build. Because I'm getting really displeased with my Intel CPU. I'm gonna switch to AMD. And yeah, a motherboard and some new RAM and yeah, a cooler, I guess. Oh yeah, and the Samsung M.2 SSD. I forgot that. That's actually, besides the new CPU, that's what I'm looking forward to the most, because those M.2 SSDs from Samsung, they are just blazing fast. Gonna write all my videos onto that SSD, so because the 8-core CPU is gonna be very fast by itself, you know, the HDD wouldn't be, you know, a limiting factor there. Instead, it goes onto the M.2 SSD, which has easily enough bandwidth to not cause any bottlenecks there. Next up is the FTBBA from Sklop. Something's not right here. Like, what? Has this car been in an accident? Like, this is what the car would look like after the accident. But if this is what it comes like from the factory, you gotta ask yourself, like, what the hell? What body is it? Is this okay? Is this really something you can morph? Yeah, it is. Ah, wanna revert it to how it was. My god. Yeah, it already crashed without driving. Like, if you see this at a dealership for the sticker price of a new car, you're gonna be asking, hey, what happened to this one? Oh, it's just a new experimental shape. It's fine. Anyway, it says a 2.2 liter turbo inline 5 with 241 horsepower. Let's check out the engine. It's actually a really nice, nicely tuned engine. I like that. Well done. ALSI aluminum, 4 valves, single overhead cam. Yeah, I like that. Very good tuning. And this car is gonna be loud. It has no catalytic converter, so you probably couldn't sell it anyway. These days, at least. But man, the exterior of this thing, I I wonder how this would even change in BeamNG if you crash it. Like it can't really get more deformed than it already is, right? Is where I'm coming from. It's got a 6-speed manual with a gear limited slip diff. Oh, it's all-wheel drive, okay. Medium compound road tires. Solid disc brakes all around. No under tray. Standard interior and infotainment with 2 seats. Electric power steering. And ABS and standard 2000 safety. Active comfort springs. Adaptive dampers. And it sits very low. Actually gets really good fuel economy. Probably thanks to that very advanced aerodynamic shape, I would suggest. Anyway, let's export both of these cars to BeamNG. And after that, what kind of car should I build? Any ideas for what kind of car I should build? Hey Leon, how's it going? Hey Finnish Gamer. How are you guys doing? An F1 car? Well, sadly there are no F1 bodies in the game, and also there's no hybrid engines, and so you can't build like a 2018 F1 car in this game. Build a lazy-ass family sedan, maybe. I could do that. What year were you thinking? With a lazy but powerful 4-cylinder engine. And what kind of year? 1999? Soccer mom car with too much boost. I already have one of those, I can show you. '99? BMW M5 Touring. I mean, I haven't really gotten back into making replicas. So I might continue that series at some point, but yeah, for right now, I guess I'll just build something similar. We can make 2 versions of this car anyway. So first up, let's build like an aluminum inline 4. Since this is gonna be, you know, a sort of a lazy car, but still of a like premium manufacturer. Yeah, there we go. No VVL for this one, I think. Let's go with forged. Forged. Oh, we can add the VVT on this one. I'm gonna keep it naturally aspirated. It's gonna be multiple injection. Gonna be running on 91 octane fuel. 6,000 RPM, maybe a tubular header. 99. Yeah, why not? So let's adjust this a little bit. Okay, so this isn't doing us any good. So instead we need to decrease the cam profile a little bit, maybe. And then increase the red line. You know what, I think I want to go turbocharged with this actually. Doesn't have to be a replica, but the engine is so awesome. You mean the V10? Or the... Yeah, I guess there really was only... No, that's not true. There was an M5 Touring before that as well, but not in the E39 generation. I'm thinking I'm gonna go turbo on this one. Since this isn't particularly lazy anyway, it's like 44 throttle response, it's pretty good. So I'm gonna lower this. Yeah, gonna increase the turbine size, increase the compressor size. Okay. Yeah, the V10 small turbo will help with eco. Yeah. Let's see. The exhaust is limiting. Okay. There we go. I want 250 Newton meters if at all possible. It doesn't seem like that's gonna be the case. I think that's fine. Let's make a sedan and an estate version of this. Extend the tail a little bit so it's to boost practicality a little bit more. I'm making the family car now. I could make a yeah, I could make the I could make the engine later on from the from that M5. I made an E39 M5, like a replica of that engine in the past at some point. What do we choose here? It's 99. So I think is there anything in here that would look error correct? This maybe? No, that's certainly not it. Maybe something along the lines of this. More conservative, like this. Because that was looking aggressive right there. Gonna add a small, like, gonna make these into second layer. Then I'm gonna make this look a little bit more Audi-ish by doing that. And then I'm gonna add a number plate here. And then I'm gonna add, what sort of vents am I gonna add here? I think I'm just gonna add something simple like this. No. And some fog lights, of course. Looks great now. BMW? Aggression is key. Needs to look mad. It doesn't. Like, For a normal family car, I think this looks aggressive enough. I feel like this is pretty much fine. You know, you need to appeal both to, you know, car guys that happen to have a family, and to, you know, basically the mother of the family who just wants a car that's practical. You know, it not all a car needs to look like an old grandpa car. Not necessarily, but see, the design needs to speak to, you know, a variety of audiences, right? And because of that, I'm also gonna repaint it. We're in 1999. Some nice colors here somewhere. Nah. White, maybe? Yellow? This one. Yeah, I like this one. Okay, let's stick with that. And then the trim is gonna be chrome. This is also gonna be chrome. That Toyota. Wait. Which one is that? Toyota Carina E. Put this here. Now we need some adequate and error correct taillights. Like these, perhaps? I mean, you could always go with the E46 style of taillights, but I think that's a little bit too, you know, too easy, if you will. What are all these crazy fixture variations now? Holy shit. Yeah, of course the Supra didn't get any love. The Supra taillights. Now the argument's breaking out. For the looks of a car, man, like it's just you know, one car. Some people are gonna like it, some people are, you know, not gonna like it. It's just how it is. I'm not sure if you're doing this on purpose, but you know, Um, hey Cal, how's it going? Um, like, I don't know, maybe I should actually mod someone in my chat. So that users like that can be timed out for a little bit, because like this is the sort of thing where if you get that mad because someone isn't a fan of the design of one particular car, then you know it's just not appropriate, right? Like that level of anger. We're one community here. We like cars. You know, obviously each of us likes some cars more than others, but don't get mad because someone has a different opinion on your favorite car. Like, all right, you know what? There you go. Okay, let's move on with this car. Actually, I think I wanna go more like this sort of direction with this car. And these should also be... Shit, I've had Tom say my entire design is unenticing and that it's... I didn't say... I didn't say it's... it sucks performance-wise, did I? Like, I didn't use strong language like that. I normally don't. Like, I try to find positives and negatives about like every car that I review. Maybe that's a little off. Drag these a little bit. I'm gonna make these a little bit bigger. Your car looks high, Tom. Of course not, but it did suck. I mean, I guess if you say so. But anyway, what do you mean with it looks high? Like as far as ride height goes, we can change that later, of course. You want to take a look at the 1975 facelift and improved? With the taillights. Oh, it's yeah. I mean, I guess I'm not a fan of these taillights on this car anymore. Like, I think I'm gonna go with these instead. Wait, where's the... There it is. Yeah, high in stone. Yeah, I... Obviously, I... I guess it does need something here, right? So we can add like some extra brake lights. We're gonna give this rear-wheel drive and an automatic, I would say. 5-speed. I'll also change the rims. What do we go with? It's the year 1999. Let's go with something like this. It looks great from the front, thanks. We're gonna go with, yeah, hot long life road tires. 195 should be okay. We're gonna give this alloy rims. Oh yeah, you know what? We shouldn't forget fuel cap and like an antenna and wipers now that they're in the game. Under what category are they anyway? Are they in like MISC fixtures? MISC fixtures, I guess. Put that there. That should be the wiper plates, right? Oh no, that's those things, okay. Can you change the fog lights? They look funky. Different time zone. MISC. Ah, here they are. Oh, don't mirror them. I guess like they're not big enough though to cover the whole windscreen like this. Oh, thanks for following, Leon. I appreciate it. Now this is too big, however. That notification sound needs to be a little bit lower. Hold on. How do I... sorry, I'm still getting used to this application here. How do I sound volume of these? Oh, okay, here it is. Okay. Should be good now. Change these settings for everything. Okay, should be good now. We're back in the game. Put one of these like here. It's still too small, isn't it? One like here. And one, come on. I mean, it's almost perfect where it is, but yeah, like here. Oh, okay. Well, welcome back, Caligo. I, in the meantime, fixed the audio settings for my notifications for when someone follows or subscribes or whatever. Welcome back, Finnish gamer. I'm sorry, but I had to time you out there because you were sort of getting out of control there. The difference between all those wipers is the angle which they stick. Oh, okay. This is sort of weird. Guess I'm gonna rotate it a little bit just to... Yeah, okay, that's fine. So, but I can't handle it when someone insults Toyota. That's... I mean... I can understand you on the one hand, but on the other hand, we're all car guys, right? We all have some preferences. Make them more flush depending on which one you use. What do you mean with more flush? Oh, that, okay, yeah. Good. Where'd that go? No, that is, This is weird. Yeah, I don't think these are behaving as intended. I like some Toyotas, they're great cars, but don't compare it with a BMW if you talk about the looks. I mean, you can compare some. I think generalizing that is wrong. Like, I think that some Toyotas do look pretty damn good. But the ones I usually think of when I think of good-looking Toyotas are like the Supra, I guess the MR2. That they're sports cars. Even the Celica, right? Although some generations of like the Avensis or or whatnot. They're good looking as well, or even some Camrys. Hey, Michael Jackson Thriller, how's it going? But family, do you play? You're playing BeamNG to drive? I am later, but for now, it's just too much of a hassle to switch. Well, more like I'm lazy. Uh, I'm too lazy to switch between automation and BeamNG every time. Wait, he donated? There was no. Hold on. I didn't get any there was no notification for it. Oh, it's you sent a car. I was gonna say, wait, did I mess up something? Did I miss a donation? No, I didn't. um. Yeah, that's gonna clutter the on-stream chat, but yeah, that looks good. But I also like, what year was it? The 1993 Toyota Celica was a good-looking car. Can't say anything about that. Let's move on. We've got 195s all around. We've got some work to do here. Let's choose vented discs on the front and then solid discs on the rear, I guess. We don't need another tray on this one. We're gonna go with 5 seats with a premium interior and standard CD player. Pop-ups, louvers, cambacks, just so much 80s. Yeah, I mean, the 93 Celica does have pop-up headlights as well. And I do think it's got a pretty nice, unique style that, people often seem to forget. Let's see. We could be doing better on comfort, but we haven't adjusted the suspension yet. Looks good. 32.7 comfort now. (145 horsepower). 9.4 seconds 0 to 100. Oh yeah, the top speed is a lot higher than 151. I'm gonna shorten the gear ratios a little bit more. Like so. 9.2 seconds, 0 to 100 actually. Look, the fuel economy is actually decent. You're Your cat eats bumps and potholes. Your car. Why did I? Why did I? Why did I read cat there? I mean, I don't know. I should probably see a psychologist soon. Makes them smooth, yeah. Like this car is gonna have a really good ride quality. And I think it's gonna handle decently well. Considering that it only comes on hard long life road tires, it's gonna like it. Considering it has hard long life road tires, it has pretty good cornering G's as well. Like if we put the same car on sports tires with no other alterations, 0.97 G, very good. It's not particularly good on the markets, honestly. Yeah, I guess it should be a little bit cheaper, right? I guess it should be a little bit cheaper for what it is. Although it looked like sports tires were more comfortable. Yeah, like I don't understand how, but apparently sports tires are gonna be more comfortable than the hard long life tires. But you wouldn't really sell a 145 horsepower entry-level family sedan on sports tires. That doesn't make any sense, right? Like, you get 90% of cars that you can buy at the dealership these days on what would be hard long life or tires. Like, these are the sort of tires that most cars come with from the dealership. I'm gonna actually add some offset to the rear wheels. Yep, good. The rear end, it could use some tweaks though. This can go in a little bit. Like so, yeah, I prefer that actually. We could also make some custom taillights, right? No, God, no. Okay. Oh, a little spoiler is what that was referring to. Yeah, I don't think it needs one of those either. Like, we can have it on the like the high end version of it for sure, no problem. This needs to be on top of that. No, that there. Also, I'm gonna move these a little bit. Down to like here or something. Wait. Because I have an idea for what I want to do after that. Make this a little bit bigger, I guess. This on top. And this is going to be the indicator. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with some bumper bars. To fill these gaps. No. Hmm. 90 to black plastic trimming, yeah. Oh, we should also mirror this, of course. Huh? What I should actually do is like all of these like second level. Also make these maybe like a little bit thinner. Just a little bit. And get rid of this and just use one of these pieces instead of two. And make it very thick. Put these a little bit further up so it's more symmetrical. And I guess the edges of these can also be black plastic, right? So it fits in more. Like so. Yeah, okay. Come on. There we go. Better placement. All right. It's only a 145 horsepower turbo inline 4 though, and a 5-speed automatic, so it's not gonna be fast. But it should drive reasonably well. I do expect some understeer, but overall this should be fairly stable. Let's actually make a clone of this and put like a put like an inline 6 in there. It's not meant to be fast, no. It's a lazy-ass family sedan. I'm gonna use like a not super powerful inline 6 for this as well. Gonna be like a 2.4 liter or something like that. I feel like it would make a good police car. Ah, perhaps. Use like 80 for the ore. $79.5. Okay, why not? It just need a police power and suspension package. 4-cylinder engine, please. We can make another version of the 4-cylinder, but this should be the more high-end version of it. I guess, and for that we should probably make it like 2.6 or something. We can go for a performance intake actually. And run this on 95 round fuel. Tastes like BMW marketing. Yeah, I mean, make the inline 6 worse than the inline 4 and market it as the better option. The thing is, in this time era, in 1999, I would 100% of the time go for an inline 6 in a BMW rather than an inline 4. Those engines were actually great engines. You can't really say much against that, in my opinion. The engines were, you know, torquey, smooth, and they lasted a good while. Like, honestly, they were pretty reliable too. $180 horsepower seems fine. So it's not crazy powerful, but it is a market improvement over the inline 4. And considering that, we can probably afford to go with some slightly longer gearing, like so. We are gonna run this, yeah, still on hot long life road tires, I guess. But we are gonna be using wider tires. Slightly wider tires anyway. Two or fives? 16-inch rims. Well, that makes it less comfortable. There we go. Yeah, brakes look good still. More than enough brake bite. We're gonna actually change brake bias. I'm gonna go with 65-35 on this one. No under tray still. Premium Premium CD. Yeah. It gets the premium CD. And it's gonna get adaptive dampers. Actually semi-active, why not? Actually, I'll tell you why not, because it adds quite a lot to the price. And so does the adaptive over the gas monotube, and they don't really give that much. And that's one automotive sin right there. What? Making body panels slightly different enough just to win the... They have some junkyard scam... It's a project car. Yeah, I mean... I should have started out with this version, because I really don't want 195mm tires on an inline-6 car. But it is reasonably quick, actually. I like that. Uses about the amount of fuel that a BMW 6-cylinder from that time and period would use. 2.6 liter. And you know what? We're gonna give this a manual transmission. Yeah, look at that acceleration now, 7.6 seconds. It did kill some of the drivability and comfort, but brought sportiness up by nearly 10 points. Is it worth it? I don't know. It still does pretty much as well in family sport. So can't really be wrong, can it? Tell you what, let's export everything over to Beam. I think I've exported this one earlier. I think I've exported this as well. Let's just make sure. Advanced auto. We could use an advanced auto. Is this even gonna work? I mean, we could use an advanced auto. I don't know, that's the way the car came, by the way. Like, that's the way that someone sent it to me. It was by Sklop, actually. So it looks like that car actually was in an accident before it, you know, was already in an accident. So I don't know. I don't know if it's even gonna work in BeamNG, or if it's just gonna, you know, spawn and completely fall apart. And look at that, the inline 6 is a good engine. It has higher reliability than the turbo inline 4. I'm gonna keep it manual for now. Alrighty then, switch over to Beam. Right here. Yep, I got you covered. What's up, Finnish gamer? Let's try this car. That was sent in by Watchdogs. Nothing special. Yeah, this car has a 3-liter turbo turbo V6, but it is extremely laggy. And it's only a rear-wheel drive, so when a turbo does kick in, you know, 2 years after you put your foot down, it's gonna kick the rear tires loose pretty easily. But like, look. I guess on a track, when you're spending 95% or 99% of the time in the high RPMs, it's not as bad. But if you were to do any sort of everyday driving, this engine would just be completely terrible. Understeer. Oh, you have to go soon? Okay, let me finish this lap, then I'll switch to the family car. Oh god, the understeer. I was already going slower than normal into that corner. And I'll even start you off with the inline-4 version of that family car, just because I know that you prefer it. Overall, this car here needs a lot of work, especially the engine, but also the suspension. Like it understeers too much. Where did we have? Okay, there it is. Let's turn ESC off. See, this has a lot less power than that last car, but it does still accelerate faster off the line because it... Well, I did expect some understeer. It understeers a little bit much though. Understeer is good for an everyday car because it's safe. Well, safer than oversteer anyway, but It's not half bad, actually. I guess I was really just going into that first chicane a little bit too fast. Because adjusting to the fact that this has hard long life road tires, it handles pretty damn well. You just gotta keep in mind that this is a car that comes on, you know, regular hard compound street tires. It's not gonna be, it's not on sticky sports tires. Thereby, you cannot enter a corner as quickly as on sports tires. Makes a lot of sense. But, you know, obviously, recently we've driven a lot of sporty cars around this track here. See, this doesn't understeer through here, like the last car did. So, it is pretty well set up. Obviously, the engine is rather conservative, rather modest. But we do have an inline-6 version coming up as well. And that will be a lot less modest. I mean, it's still gonna be relatively tame, most likely. But the inline-6 is gonna be quite a bit more juicy, I think. Overall, very good handling for a family car, I have to say. Let's check out the inline-6. See how that drives in comparison. With the ESC off, obviously. But remember that we do have some slightly wider tires and bigger rims on this one, so it should corner a little bit better. And it does, it likes to kick the tail out a little bit more as well. Because there just is that extra little bit of top end power. A little bit more understeer in this one because there is a heavier engine up front, and it's also a larger engine, so more of it is over the front wheels compared to the turbo inline 4. But it still handles pretty decently. And obviously it's more potent in a straight line as well. Even at like 90 kilometers an hour or something in third gear, it can kick the tail out, which is pretty nice. Okay, there I braked too early. Much earlier than I should have. Beautiful drift. I still like the way that this car handles. Like it's a very, like for a sensible family sedan, this drives very well actually. It's not fast. Well, I mean, for a normal family sedan, especially in 1999 it is, but yeah, I mean, we've driven a lot of sports cars. This doesn't match up to those, obviously. But good car. I like it. Oh, and now we get to um, we get to test drive this maybe. Okay, it's actually standing here. It's not. It hasn't fallen apart yet. And still, it's moving. But how? This is four-wheel drive, remember? It understeers like crazy, dude. Yeah, this understeers so badly. It needs wider tires, but then again, how are you gonna fit them on this car? It barely exceeds the speed of the inline six car we just drove, despite being ouch. Yeah, despite being lighter and making like 60 more horsepower. Okay, nothing changed on the looks. That's the advantage of a car like this. When you crash, it still looks the same afterwards. I kind of hesitate to call that a benefit, but yeah, from its driving dynamics, the what was I gonna say? The understeer just kills everything more than anything else. I like the engine sound, I like the engine tuning, but the suspension needs a lot of work. Okay, yeah. Doesn't drive the way it looks, but still needs a lot of work. Yeah, I guess that was everything for today. I'm actually gonna go back to automation and check out Caligo's new cars. So just bear with me for a second. First, I gotta download them, of course. So let's actually this and this, and then start automation once again. Um, okay, so automation is loading right now. There it goes. So we have the Canbina's 6VZ or 6VZ, however you pronounce the last letter of the alphabet. Okay, so this is a 1974 sedan. The body shape, the body shell is sort of like Opel Kadett, I guess. This is a more Japanese take on it. Looks very error correct. Yeah, looks good. I guess the taillights could be a little bit further out here, or at least one set of them could be out here, I think would make them look a little bit better. Like this way it kind of looks like the car should end here. But I guess it's fine. It is a very small V6 actually, only 1.7 liters, making 73.5 horsepower. Not a whole lot of mid-range torque. Well, not a whole lot of low-end torque, I should say. Mid-range, yeah. Okay. It's a direct acting overhead cam. And also this is 1975, so 73 horsepower is a pretty sizable amount of power for a car this light. 4-barrel carbs, no fuel injection because it's too expensive. 91 octane fuel. A 2-way cat and reverse flow mufflers. Reasonable choices, of course. We've got a 5-speed manual with rear-wheel drive. Medium compound tires. 170mm all around. Alloy rims, actually, that's interesting. Solid front brakes, rear drum brakes. No under tray. Premium interior and entertainment. And then hydraulic power steering and advanced safety. And then we have hydro pneumatic springs to round it all up. And it does very well in utility sport premium, actually. Family sport is good, family premium budget, okay. I mean, it's overall looks like a nice and well-rounded car. It's not the most powerful, of course, but it's 1974. It can get away with it. So overall solid effort with this car. And then there's the JKPM City. Okay. This is a 1987 city car, I guess. With a with a 90s Ford Escort esque rear wing. Free exhausts? That's kind of crazy. This does only weigh 866 kilograms and makes 65 horsepower, which is actually a considerable amount of power to weight in 1987. Wait, so something's... So the stream is buffering? Oh, hold on. Yeah, I guess that must be my connection. Like, I have a relatively, good... I have a relatively good rig for playing these games. Like, I get tons of FPS and whatnot. But, I guess the bandwidth just can't upload it fast enough. I have 15 megabits per second, which apparently just isn't enough, I guess. Damn, this... How is the video so far behind? Give me a second. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'd have to stop the stream for making the change that I think is necessary in this case. But I think I know it for next time. Anyway, the VOD of this is gonna be anyway, the VOD of this is gonna be on YouTube anyway, and since this obviously records along with the stream, the recorded VOD is gonna be actually just fine. Back to the score, 13.9 seconds, 0 to 100 is very impressive for a little eco car in 1987. Gotta give it that. 5-speed manual, 145 medium compound road tires, and actually this is turbocharged. Could probably rev a little bit higher still, evening out the torque curve some more. Like, what happens if you rev this to like 7300? Yeah, good. Would probably give some noticeable performance benefits, but it's okay. Ah, it seems to be the Twitch service. I thought that since I'm using a new software since yesterday for streaming, I thought that I haven't quite gotten the settings right yet, but it seems to be the Twitch servers today. Anyway, let's actually export both cars that we just looked at last, and then we're gonna drive both, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. Okay, and I'm gonna export this as well, and then we're gonna drive both of these cars in BeamNG, and that'll be it. Okay, gonna switch over. Man, yeah, right now I'm still driving like the inline 6 car on the stream. On the stream preview, whereas I'm already done reviewing 2 more cars in real time. Let's not forget to switch over. These two. No torque. Nice handling. Even though it rolls a lot, it feels light and nimble. Which I guess it is light. Sure, the engine is not super powerful, but as you know, a small premium sedan, it doesn't have a gigantic engine, only a 1.7 V6. I guess this would be better suited for the handling circuit, right? Where I think it would actually do pretty well on the handling circuit, because there the power of the engine doesn't matter as much, and instead it's all about the handling and the agility, and I think this car would do pretty well there. No understeer there at all. This car does not power oversteer ever. I guess it just doesn't have the power to power oversteer. So this is really like the safest rear-wheel drive car you can imagine, because it doesn't understeer, because it's got a good suspension setup, and it doesn't oversteer because it doesn't have any power to cause any power oversteer. So really, this is a very safe car, and it's agile. It drives well. Good job. And then this one to round it up. Now this car, despite the fact that this is like 300 kilograms lighter than the previous one, it feels heavier. It doesn't feel as agile, it doesn't feel as responsive as far as the turning in goes. It still handles decently, but maybe a little bit more inert on the turn in. Might be the choice of tires, maybe. What does this one come on? Was this on hard long knife road tires and the other one on medium? Kind of feels that way. Does hug the inside line though. There's no understeer pushing it out of line. It just doesn't like the turn initially, apparently. Okay. I mean, it drives well, but I would have expected this to be a little bit more responsive with the steering. As a city car, this is obviously completely fine. But as a city car that could also be that could also interest some enthusiasts, I guess is the way you would describe what I'm about to say. For that sort of purpose, it's a little bit too sluggish on the turn in. Once it does turn, it's good, but again, it's the steering response that's kind of letting it down a little bit. As far as, you know, enthusiastic driving goes. But for a city car, of course, it's perfectly fine. Doesn't understeer either. And it doesn't oversteer. Again, it doesn't oversteer because it doesn't have any power to cause any power oversteer. So that's, again, a good city car. I guess you could make a slightly sharper version of this with a revised suspension setup to make it a little bit more responsive. And then I think this could be pretty damn fun, even if it had the same engine. As it is, it's well suited for a city car, but not so much for a city car that can also be used for spirited driving. For that kind of thing, it's not as good. Anyway, that is going to round up the stream for today. We're at almost 2 hours anyway. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope that Twitch isn't gonna have the same sort of issues next week when I'm gonna be streaming again. Of course, remember to tune in for Forza Friday, which is gonna be happening on Friday at 6 p.m. GMT. And yeah, there's gonna be some more automation and BeamNG streams on Saturday and Sunday. Hope to see you guys there, and I hope you're having a great time until then. See you. Bye bye.